Hi, class. This is Mrs. P, and I'm reading Finding Langston. I'm going to come back and read chapter 14. And just a little bit ago, I read chapter 13, and then I looked back when I was downloading it and found out that I'd already read that before. So, here we are at chapter 14. Turns out, Miss Fulton, remember Miss Fulton she's the neighbor lady that lives in the apartment, I don't know, next to his, and Langston's dad, I forget if it was the mom or the grandmother, but one of them passed away, and so he had to go back to where they used to live, but he couldn't really afford for Langston to go and miss school, so Langston's staying there, eating at Miss Fulton's, and reading as much as he can. So, here we are. Turns out Miss Fulton ain't no trouble at all. Almost like she took a vacation from herself. After being alone with Daddy for so long, I ain't used to this much talking, but it ain't so bad. I figure her living alone makes her want to talk. Besides, her food is so good. Her steady talking gives me more time to eat. And she's pretty. Prettier than I thought, at least. Her skin is smooth and her eyes light up when she's telling a story. Her hair is pulled into a bun on top of her head, and she has those pearl earrings I've seen rich ladies wearing. My mama didn't even have her ears pierced. She said she wouldn't waste her money on earrings. But Miss Fulton's earrings and hair and proper talk make her look like a real lady. She teaches English at Dunbar High School. Born and raised in Chicago. Got 2 sisters and 1 brother. She talks so much I could write her biography. All your folks live in Chicago? I asked between mouthfuls, just to keep her talking so I can keep on eating. Funny you ask, she says, getting up from the table. She brings over one of the pictures she keeps in a frame. These are my parents, Anne and Elbert Fulton. They came here from the South, like you, only from Charlottesville, Virginia. But I was born here, the oldest of 4. My parents still live at 45th and St. Lawrence. She looks proud and keeps staring at that picture. So your brothers and sisters live in Chicago? I reach for another spoonful of rice, and Miss Fulton doesn't seem to even notice. My brother William lives in Indiana with his family, but my sisters are here. One is at Crane College over on the west side, and the other is a teacher like me. I nod. Sounds to me like she comes from a real smart family. You always wanted to be a teacher? For as long as I can remember. I've always loved reading, so I didn't know what else to be. After I finished high school, I enrolled in college, just part-time at first. Looks like Miss Fulton's been waiting for me to ask this question. Her eyes are bright and she's leaning toward me in her seat. I had an aunt who was also a teacher, and she encouraged me to get an education degree. So that's what I did, and now Miss Fulton acts like she doesn't remember because she starts counting on her fingers. This will be my 10th year teaching. What kind of books does your class read? 2 more years before I'm in high school, and I'm already counting the days till I get out of Haynes Junior High and away from Lyman. We just started a unit on poetry, she tells me. That makes me put down my fork. Poetry? Yes, she answers and walks over to a small bookcase in the corner. Stacked on top of magazines she sets on the floor, some with pictures of black folks on the cover. I'd like to get a look at the ones with names like Life, The Crisis, and Ebony, but I'll have to ask Miss Fulton another time. Never even noticed any of this before, probably because I was too busy smelling her lavender smell. Of course, the school likes me to teach all the classic poets, Emerson, Frost, Dickinson, but I always include some of our own as well. Paul Laurence Dunbar, for one, she says, opening one of the books she sets on the table and turning to the first page to the list of poets. So all these are colored poets? I look down the list of names I've never heard of. Yes, they are, many from the Harlem Renaissance, and some, she turns the page, are from right here in Chicago. My head is trying to keep everything straight. Harlem, I know that from reading the biography. Harlem? Harlem, New York, I ask? But really telling because I want her to know that I know a little something. Exactly, she says, brightening up the room again with her smile. I go back to looking at the names. Arna Bontemps, Gwendolyn Brooks. I know these names from the library pictures. County Cullen, W.E.B. Dubois, Jessie Fawcett. These I don't. Right away I see Mr. Langston Hughes. You'll be reading Langston Hughes, I ask? Oh, yes, he's one of my favorites. She smiles some more. In fact, she says, serious now, I heard him read one of his works not too long ago at the Hall Library. They have a wonderful lecture for him run by the librarian there. Do you know his work? I suppose. I don't know how much I want to be telling Miss Fulton. Me and the library and books and Mr. Langston Hughes or something I'm keeping to myself. Maybe I'll read something of his after dinner. If you want, I say, hoping she can't see how much I want to hear her read. I help her scrape the plates, wash and dry the dishes, and then we sit at the table and Miss Fulton picks up the other book. Its pages are old and worn, and some are just about to fall out. Some have folded down corners, but she finds the page she's looking for and starts reading. Wait, I was going to skip a whole page. The Negro Mother. Children, I come back today to tell you a story of the long, dark way. I close my eyes, listening. His words sound even prettier without me stumbling over them in my head. Miss Fulton reads in a way that sounds like she's singing a song. Langston, are you awake? She asks. Yes, Miss Fulton. I open my eyes. Oh, you look like you were asleep. She keeps on. I make my eyes stay open and watch her mouth sound out each word, making them sing. And finally, she finishes. I don't care what she thinks now. Can you read that one more time? I ask her. How about I read another, she says, flipping to one of the turned down pages. No, that one, please. And I think she sees something in my face that says I need to hear it again, because she doesn't ask any more questions. She turns back the pages and starts again. When I lie in bed that night, I think about Grandma and how I never got a chance to say goodbye. When Mama passed, Grandma told me Mama is always going to be my guardian angel. She'll be looking out for you wherever you go, she said. So don't you go shaming her. Respect yourself and everyone around you, and you'll make her proud. I nearly cried myself to death thinking about Mama up in heaven all alone, but now Grandma will be with her. The both of them, my guardian angels. First night since I came to Chicago, the night sounds are quiet. No music from next door, no loud talking in the stoop. Even the rats scratching in the wall are quieter. After Miss Fulton's reading, I don't want to hear my voice reading tonight. I'm just holding on to hers. But I remember the names from the pictures and in the book. And soon as I leave school tomorrow, those are the ones I'll be looking for in the library. That is the end of chapter 14, and next week we'll come back to hear chapter 15 because I have a meeting right now. Thanks, boys and girls. See you later.